Hello, fools. You have once again wandered into the haunted manor of the Over Manga Cast. That time we woke up in a podcast and had to explain manga, our heated adventures over analyzing manga that we find interesting. Here, in Spooktober, we shall subject you to the most terrible, ghastly, and gruesome fiends that literature can provide. In this episode, where we will show you the adventures of Chicken George, otherwise known as 14 by Kazu Umezu. We read volumes 1 and 2, and prepare yourselves for the horror of chickens. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Over Manga Cast. My name is Sam. As always, here at the top of the show, we talk about our familiarity with what we read. I had never heard of this before, and I think I understand why, now that I have read it.
Aww.
Matt, how about you?
So I was only vaguely aware of this, because this has been recommended by not one, not two, but 3 separate readers. So we got around to it this Halloween. I'm not 100% sure what you were so excited about, but here we are.
Jay, how about you?
Never heard of it before. Well, that is not true. I've heard it on multiple lists for horror manga. I had never clicked on it or reviewed it further, so this is the first time read for me.
All right, and Jacob.
To answer your question, no, I have never partaken in LSD before.
That's a lie, and you know it.
No, I know Jacob, that's the truth.
I'm way too boring for whatever inspired this manga.
So we open up this manga with 2 characters we see only briefly later on. I will give the manga this. It sure has a vibe of a setting. It feels like there is a 300-page document about the, resource wars that brought the world to this state, hidden on a server somewhere. And frankly, I hope that never comes out, because just the vibes, it can only be made worse by explanation.
It's also in that sort of weird place where, the thing about the art is it's drawn in such a way that you can tell that there's some very clear talent behind it, but it also is just very bad at the same time. It's one of those ones where it's like, this isn't amateurish, but God, it looks awful.
It's not as bad as Demon Slayer. Come on, you can't even compare.
Demon Slayer is boring and generic. This is scrungly.
It is stylized in such a way as to appear terrible, which
that takes a lot of effort. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, I respect it for that.
And it fits the aesthetic too.
Yeah, and I don't believe it's terrible, because when they get to the splash screens, they're very well drawn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sometimes confused what emotion I'm supposed to be feeling.
Yeah, because we start with 2 very normal-looking schoolgirls walking through what appears to be the industrial waste sector of a Fallout city under a Junji Ito-looking sky, and they are like, over there, the elevator that'll take us down into the underground city, where we'll then be able to find the fortune teller.
I'm confused why they're walking on the surface at all, when we see how large the underground city is.
Yeah, I'm just confused, but also intrigued of, what were the events that eventually led up to this current state of affairs. I mean, we get an allusion to, pollution, to just, decrepitness, but that's never really, I think, sufficiently explored or explained. It's just, we have an underground, pretty well-developed city, and
I am completely extrapolating and pulling out of my ass, but at one point the girls say that the air outside is bad for us, and they're kind of moving around like, ooh, we're doing some mischief. So it feels like they're supposed to be underground just generally, but they went topside to like not be noticed that they were going to do something technically not allowed.
So you think they went up and out and then just back down again? Or
Yeah,
I
to
think
avoid
so.
like some
That
kind
makes
of
sense. It looks like they might even be skipping school because they're like in their school
Truancy.
uniforms with like their school bags.
Mm-hmm.
Such bad
Yeah.
example. Bad role models. This is honestly the beginning of
There are other reasons why one of them is a bad role model, but we'll get to it.
But they're in this like underground vaporwave looking ass like mall with like water features and trees and butterflies.
Yeah, and you're like, oh man, this is one kick-ass underground mall. And then you see like the overhead shot of the freeway, and you're like, what?
Wait a minute. Why is this the full-on like Evangelion underground Tokyo when we also have above ground Tokyo? And what is with the pyramid?
That's Big Egg, the giant pyramid in the center of Tokyo. That is the headquarters of the chicken company.
Seems perfectly logical to me.
Yeah,
It
nothing
is
to see here.
It is a huge step pyramid with a massive pillar coming out of the peak, presumably serving as a support structure for the cavern roof. The pyramid.
This just reminds me of the giant like iron from Fulikuri. I'm getting those vibes. There's like no logic to it. It just is. That is the central point of this sea.
It is not a aesthetic based off of logic. It's an aesthetic based off of vibes.
Yep, it's vibes.
Yeah, like there are 2 points in this manga where I went, man, Lovecraft wished he could. And seeing that like establishing shot of the pyramid is one of them.
Ooh, man, this manga also has a lot of Lovecraftian elements in that occasionally, because this was written so long ago by someone from even longer ago, it will have a horror sting, and I'll be like, oh, that's just a normal thing. But the manga seems to indicate to me that I should be very afraid of it.
This has such a time capsule-y feel. This is something that's like kind of all throughout, but since, that's what just mentioned, I'll just say this now. I got the same vibes I got when I originally read Crisis on Infinite Earths for the first time, where I felt like I was stepping back in time to a completely different era of storytelling. Like the way that characters talk, where there's like this efficiency to it where there's like almost no explicit exposition, but it's because people talk in really unnatural run-on sentences to get all that exposition out as supposedly diegetic dialogue, but it's like it's weird and a very of its time kind of thing.
I told Jay that reading this felt like watching Speed Racer, but if Speed Racer was pretending to be a horror manga.
that is an accurate description.
Yeah.
It made reading it so much more enjoyable.
I kept waiting for like a flash of lightning and like the music sting from showing like Skeletor's castle. They go to see the fortune teller, and the fortune teller is like, yes, welcome, girls. You wish to ask me about your love life? Yes, it's about my boyfriend. Oh, well, let me see. Oh, you're pregnant! You're pregnant and the world's going to end in 14 years! I'm vomiting out a ghost!
They will repeatedly remind you she's in middle school, just to make it as creepy as possible.
Yep. And then the ghost like melts as it's screaming, the world will all end in 14 years. And then we just hard cut to the chicken manufacturing company.
I heard like the boom like in my head when I saw that panel.
I just love that we cut to a nighttime shot of the city, which like in storytelling indicates that there has been a passage of time. But why did we do that?
Time doesn't exist in this manga, man.
It's because scary things happen at night.
Yeah. Yeah, like this whole first sequence with the fortune teller, which technically comes back later, but not really. This whole beginning sequence with the fortune teller, I'm gonna compare again favorably. I like doing this a lot to the opening of Berserk, where this kind of indicates to you the sort of experience you're about to get. It is weird, it's transgressive. It's not necessarily ultra graphic, but it has it has dark implications, but presented in the most absurd way humanly possible. And it's like, if that's your vibe, you're gonna enjoy this. And yeah, it kept me reading. What can I say? Like, this is bonkers in all the right ways.
It almost has the exact same vibe of like a B horror movie.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
100%.
So we have a scientist man. We later learn his name is Shigeno. He is going to check on the vat-grown chicken breasts in the lab. And as he is looking, he sees that one of the chicken breasts has an eyeball on it. It's just sitting there, out in the open.
It's a real eye-opening experience for all parties involved.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because it's so like 1950s. By Jove! How could a chicken breast have an eyeball? It isn't possible. They aren't supposed to grow anything else but chicken breast. There is something fundamentally wrong here.
This would be such a good black and white movie.
It would.
At first, I was a little confused because it didn't quite hit these were like specifically farmed chicken breasts. I thought they were growing whole like lab grown chickens. And so I had to like double take and be like, just breast meat.
Well, you see, Jay, the difference here is that you're sane.
Yeah. I guess. Sometimes I have to ask myself if that's true, but here you go. Jacob says it.
Compared to
everyone else.
Listen, sanity is relative, and compared to this manga, anybody looks like they've got their head screwed on right.
Mm-hmm.
But while he's busy examining eyeball chicken breast, his colleague walks in, and he quickly hides it under the, like, vat fluid. Like, oh, hello, dear colleague, whose name I don't remember. There's something
Busujima.
going...
Busujima.
Oh, yes, Busujima. Nothing going on here. I'm just checking on the chicken breasts. Why are you here? I was just doing my job. Well, you shouldn't just walk in randomly. Something bad could happen. I'm just going to
lightly strangle you out of my office.
I'm going to...
So aggressive towards each other. I'm like, dude.
And then I am going to lock the room as from the outside as suspiciously as humanly possible, whilst Busujima is saying, "Why are you doing this? You're acting weird."
And then he then admits the entire thing to Busujima and then walks it back. Oh, yes, the truth is there was an eyeball. No, there was an eyeball, something on a chicken breast. Actually, no, that's just a hypothesis I have. It's not even a hypothesis. It's a dream I had. Just a bit of bad beef, There's more of gravy than of grave about you.
What? Just gibberish.
Just leave me.
That's how you shut him down.
Just leave me alone. Go away.
They'll never suspect it if you tell the truth and then lie as unconvincingly as possible.
It works for everyone in this manga, so.
It's just like, I guess he's finally snapped. When you're already, like, the crazy guy, it doesn't matter what I say. I'm just the crazy guy.
There is, like, a loose implication that this is some kind of dystopia where, like, if he makes a mistake, he'll be sent to the gulag or something, but they don't really go into that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, and I was telling Matt, like, I wasn't able to understand that they would have, like, active researchers in this chicken plant, like, manufacturing or growing this chicken breast to then immediately go to, like, market or be prepared for market.
I see what's happening here. You guys are all too contaminated by 1980s corpo, like cyberpunk problems. This is very much like 1970s City of the Future. The horrible things that are happening is the like climate catastrophe upstairs. The fact they're lab growing all their food is by the characters seen as a very good thing.
Right, right.
They're not slave laborers in here. He's worried about losing his very cushy job.
You know what? Yeah, you are right. Because we see his apartment later. He calls it an apartment. It's basically like just
It's a house, right?
It's a whole ass house.
It's a townhouse at like worst. Because I'm not 100% sure he doesn't have like a yard. Because at one point he goes to fetch something from somewhere and is back so quickly. It's almost like he went to a shed. Or like,
I don't know.
But yeah.
We see him with his girlfriend at a fancy restaurant where he's not eating his chicken.
So is that a restaurant or is that the break room in the...
I don't know, because it looks like a fancy restaurant, but then Busashima runs in and it's just like, hey, Shigeno, by the way, that chicken batch you were so worried about, it was shipped out early. What? And he runs all the way back.
What a travesty.
In 3 panels to the room.
And like the entire time, he's just like, no, the entire time I'd been working with that eyeball to try and identify it, to try and get to the crux of what had happened. But luckily, I'd been hiding it in this side room. And I'm like, well, then why was he worried? Like,
he hid it in the random sewer hatch, which just happened to have more of the Bacta fluid in it.
Yeah, this whole exchange just raises more questions.
And then he pulls it out of the fluid, and it's like much larger and has grown a beak and now has 2 eyes, and he just screams upon seeing it fully. But then the next time we interact with him, the next time we see him, like, he then identifies he must have known what this thing looked like. Like, he put it in there and has been studying it.
Well, you see, time doesn't exist in this manga, so...
The fact that it has rapidly matured so much has freaked him out. So he goes to, like, grab a chair and WWE, like, take it out, finishing move, when it goes, chicken, no. Huh? What? It spoke! By Jove!
In a voice that sounds exactly like mine. And I'm like, I don't know.
So. I'm very
how that text bubble was written. You should have assumed that. Chicken.
No, wait. If it can think and speak. No. I need you to say this. Say that you are a chicken born to be eaten by people. Say it! Say it, damn it!
Yeah, that becomes an arc phrase for the rest of the manga, really.
He just keeps yelling
for this guy.
Say you were a chicken! Say you're meant to be eaten by people! You've been reborn from a chicken breast, and now you need to be a chicken who was only eaten by people!
Can you imagine, like, just go back to, if you were, like, literally a young child being told that, what the heck? You would have, like, some kind of trauma of, like, what?
The researcher flip-flops between just outright hostility at this thing for even existing and like a deep nurturing care for it as its father. It's like, I don't want to say it's weird because I can understand the duality.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to mention. As wacky as this is, and especially it's wacky to like convey it like this, like it seems it sounds weirder than it is, even though it is actually, it's that weird. But like the sense of panic that he has where he like tries to hide it and then he tries to tell his coworker and then he hides it again and then he wants to study it and then he wants to kill it and then he wants to nurture it. Like the sequence of events makes sense in conveying a sense of panic, even if the way that it's conveyed makes it feel really weird. The other thing that I want to note now, because it's going to be kind of important later, is there feels like a bit of a literary illusion here. This has a lot of Frankenstein vibes, specifically the original novel. it's not the same, but there are certain elements that carry over from the strongest parts of the Frankenstein novel to this, where you have, the creator being, alternatively awed and horrified by the creation. Like, it wasn't an explicit intentional creation, and there isn't like the creator's hubris kind of narrative, but the way he reacts to the thing is very Frankenstein's monster.
Except unlike Victor Frankenstein, he actually has a lick of
Well, he has a backbone.
Yeah, he has a backbone.
Oh, he then goes to my favorite trope that this manga does a few times in our reading, which is a meeting held by a person who has no idea what the meeting is supposed to be about. So says the opening statement and then goes, and then I guess we're done.
Yeah, good job, everybody. That's morning stand up. Go back about your work. Get those stonks.
Our bio chickens have saved the earth from a shortage of animal protein.
Good job.
The streets do have wild dogs running around on them, but I mean,
I'm sure it's fine.
We can't eat dogs yet.
Good job, everyone. And as Shigeno is trying to leave, Busujima pats him on the back. It's like, hey, come on. What are you doing? Oh, he's locked himself in that lab again. Let me listen at the door. And cut to next panel. Naked chicken man on a chair with a bright lamp in its face, interrogation style. Why is this happening? How did you become like this? Say it! Say you are a chicken born to be eaten!
I do appreciate just they make it very clear, despite the fact he's a chicken, he does have a large penis.
Yes.
Man, forget poultry. we're talking about pork because that's a hog.
He's literally just yelling at the chicken that is now human-sized to say, I'm a chicken. Say you were born to be eaten. Meanwhile, the chicken is actively crying this entire time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is just abuse at this point.
The chicken reaches out to grab him.
This is one of the more effective, explicit horror moments.
Yeah, this was
because you don't know the chicken's intentions.
This was actually a pretty good horror sequence because it's like, oh, now it will kill him for his abuse. But the chicken just grabs his shirt, and when they both fall, it stops moving and is just torn out a part of his shirt. He's like, wait, what? What did he do? A microphone! A bug was planted on me! How did it get there? Who did this?
This microphone is the size of a hockey puck. The fact he didn't notice this in his clothing is kind of...
He was so hyped up on adrenaline, honestly. He had to make sure this chicken knew what it was.
He needed to yell. He needed to get his hour and a half of yelling at a naked chicken man in.
I love it.
Listen, we all have our hobbies.
He stomps on the microphone, and Busujima is listening on a transceiver, just damn it, he's on to me. He is on the other side of the door to this room!
He could have just been listening through the door!
I mean, he was screaming in here. I don't think it was soundproofed in any way, but again, this is I guess a top secret lab or some kind of soundproofing.
But you see, he actually needed to be nearby because it was actually his plan all along for the bug to be found and stomped upon.
Because it had multiple smoke bombs inside it. Like a 4th of July firework. Could the chicken have detected the microphone? No, that would require a level of intelligence and understanding of danger that I cannot treat him like a human. This would be too dangerous. Oh God, so much smoke! This very large room gets lethal levels of smoke saturation from this very tiny microphone.
Even after he kicks the microphone into a vent, which should be cycling air out of here. So at this point,
we living in the future, baby.
His colleague is attempting to kill him. Like,
Yes.
there is no ifs, and, or buts about that.
Obviously, this is a very competitive environment. So since they have like, as you alluded to, pretty cushy jobs, obviously he needs to like bump somebody off, so he can be like
So-
the whole.
The
God.
only way this makes sense, even though this is insane for this to be the case, is the bio chickens must only be grown in this guy's lab, and they are like the thing that the company is like skyrocketing in profits over. But that doesn't make any sense because
Really doesn't.
we saw how big
So-
the vat was. That's not enough food.
Yeah, no, I think he mentioned the Bujimi or whatever his name is. I think he mentions briefly what the plan actually is a little bit later. He's trying to smoke his coworker out so so the coworker can't hide whatever it is he's doing, which is a stupid fucking plan, but
He's doing it.
that's what he says.
Yeah, and I mean, I can like scare you out of your office by shooting you with a gun.
Yeah, like
I'm still on the hook there. Like, my intent really doesn't matter in that.
I don't
especially
think-
when the door doesn't open for some reason, and like,
I don't-
is that just
yeah.
a malfunction or?
I have no idea.
It's all according to plan. It's an
I think
inside
that-
job.
I assume that is a complete accident that the door doesn't open because the guy, Busujima, is equally as shocked,
He might actually die. That'd be unfortunate.
It would be unfortunate.
but he can't call the fire department because he'll get fired for having this naked chicken man in his office. But luckily, the chicken man is very smart
Yeah.
and grabs a trash bag from the side.
Well,
Intrinsically,
the fire department does get called.
Actually, there's probably smoke detectors in the lab. Let's be honest. Wait, that makes Busajima's plan even more stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any. Whatever. I'm not gonna. Try to
no,
figure out
he's
the logic of this.
literally sitting there going like, I fucked up as the fire alarm is ringing. I'm like, there's no. You knew this was gonna happen. You put a smoke bomb in his office. Like,
How did
it
you
was
not
going to alert
expect
the fire
this?
department.
And my plan backfired immediately.
There's a reason this guy isn't in charge of the bio chicken.
Yes.
And the fire department is just like, even our master key won't work. We'll have to use our flamethrowers to melt through the door.
Yeah, that's why we're the fire department. We introduce fire into situations.
I love how inconsistent this manga is with like determining where characters are in space, because Shigeno is like lying on the floor in front of the door. He should be getting like covered in molten steel right now. But all he's suffering is smoke inhalation.
Because one panel later, he's slightly to the left.
Yeah. He, like Matt alluded to earlier, the chicken grabbed a trash bag, and so Shigeno stuffs him and his fat ass into the trash bag.
It legitimately,
Very
for some reason,
shapely
gets.
toned ass.
Yep.
There's literally a bit where it gets stuck trying to go over his ass. It's too big.
Damn it! It's really hard to get him in here.
Also, the fact that the second the fire department cuts open the bulkhead door, the smoke starts getting sucked outside. I really hope he isn't working in an airtight, sealed office. That vent does nothing.
Yeah, dude, the CO2 of your own breath would kill you given enough time.
Don't give him any ideas, Sam.
We have to get him to the hospital for the smoke inhalation, but he won't let go of this trash bag.
It's even dumber than that. They drag him all the way to the ambulance and then go.
Before somebody realizes.
He was holding a trash bag about the weight of another human person by his wrist the entire time. We've been dragging like two human people. It's like, hey, should we make him let go? Nah, he's got like a corpse grip on something. We'll just pack it in with him.
Yep.
In the worst ambulance ever. Like, okay, I know this is the fire truck, but they just throw him entirely unsecured onto, like, the side runners of this truck.
They just dump his unconscious body over the, like, balcony of this truck.
It's got a railing. It's got a railing that's, like, 3 feet wide between the bars.
Yeah, he's totally
Anybody
safe.
could slip out of that.
Don't be a pansy, Sam. He's totally safe. What?
I just the entire time I'm like, oh, the chicken has a good idea. He's going to hide in a trash bag, and then he'll be a lot more inconspicuous and can just like blend in with the room. No, they're going to drag him in the trash bag where he just looks like a human body. Like,
I mean, he was told explicitly that he was just a chicken that was meant for human consumption. So he's not even thinking about that.
Bushima, like, he goes into the room with the rest of the firefighters, and it's like,
my stupid plan actually worked somehow.
Well, no, he's like, my stupid plan failed because he somehow hid what he had. Ah, that trash bag! I will chase after this vehicle on foot!
I do also like we don't get any resolution for this. They find the smoke bomb.
Yeah.
I can only imagine police don't exist in this world because multiple people find out this guy does multiple crimes and they just go, fuck off. We're dealing our jobs here. Like,
Very much I'm staying in my own lane behavior, particularly from these emergency responders, when they hear the sound of a loud thump, kind of like a body fell off their truck, and then they see their patient leaning over the railing going, I live in an apartment on the 14th floor. This is the 251st floor. Here's the key! As he throws the key off the side of the truck. And they're like, damn.
Should we do something about that?
Carbon monoxide's really getting to him. Double time it.
also, this trash bag's been ripped open.
Sure is weird.
Just so many people in this look at a inherently suspicious situation and go, damn, that's crazy.
I want the audience to remember this scene right here where he yells his exact address and then throws his key off the side of the car. Because I'm not sure why he did that.
I think he yelled that because he knew that the chicken had, like...
Nope.
Barrel rolled onto the... Wait, the chicken barrel... Hold on.
Yeah.
There's another inconsistency. The chicken barrel rolled onto the side of the road, heard the shouted directions, grabbed the key, and fucked off. Bushima, we know, was not that far behind the truck, because they are still putting Shigeno onto the stretcher when he runs up going, let me see that bag! So
Yeah.
he should have been close enough to see a human-sized form fall off the truck.
We have already, I have in my mind that we've established these are literally within quick sprinting distance of each other, which, granted, makes sense for a researcher or some, professional to live relatively close to their workplace. And that's not crazy. But there's too many inconsistencies throughout this entire reading. Apparently you don't even need to drive. He travels on foot and, in a blink of an eye, is back home.
Yeah.
Multiple times. So...
And also, Matt, I now remember why you said that Shigeno doesn't know that the chicken had, thrown himself off the truck. Because Bushima goes to look at the trash bag and finds a shed skin of a chicken head like a reptile?
You say shed skin. There is eyeballs and beak there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more like a crustacean shed where other anatomical features are still there. It looks more like the chicken got thrown into a wood chipper.
I need to put this in the incinerator right now. No, stop. I need to look at it. Oh no, we both have our arms in the incinerator and neither of us are willing to back off.
Well, no, it seems like Busujima is holding this dude's arms in the incinerator.
He is holding. He is just well, okay, so is he holding to burn or is he holding specifically trying to grab it? No.
He's trying to grab it and the other guy's trying to fight it, but for some reason he can't let go of it while he's being grabbed. I'm not 100% sure how he's being stopped here.
Well,
but
haven't you ever been grabbed by the arm and lost all control of your fingers? Is that not normal?
They're two brothers fighting over it where it's just gimme, and it's no. And then an unfortunate bout of things, you are literally holding your hands to the fire.
In this old school revival of D&D 1E, there's an exception in the rules where being grappled takes away your object interaction, so you can't drop something while being grappled.
I see.
I have heard
Clearly.
of that.
I also want to impress upon, just because this is a wonderful example of the absolutely fucking bonkers behavior of the characters. So it's like, I mentioned previously, like, okay, it makes sense, the sequence of events, because of panic and characters aren't always going to behave 100% rationally. But, oh man, is this still weird? Because the sequence of events is he goes over to the trash bag that seems to be empty, but oh wait, there's a shape in here. He tries to pick it up and his colleague stops him, which causes the chicken shed skin to pop out. And they all look down and see this. Plain as day. You can see the firefighters looking at it in surprise. Then he calmly leans down, picks it up, stretches it out to be in full view as possible, and then screams with great horror.
Yes, one of 50% of all the panels in this manga. A guy looking at something and going, "Whoa!"
Oh, and then they have to, and then the researcher runs it over to the trash incinerator, which, of course, if you've ever seen a trash incinerator, is a portal to hell.
Really?
I mean,
is.
yeah.
Much like manga.
Yeah. All true statements, yes.
And we just see Busujima hold his colleague's arms into the flames, and they are both burned. Shigeno is burned so severely he's in the hospital for an additional bunch of days, and that he's pretty clearly assaulted. And the response to that is just one of the firefighters to look back at Busujima and huh? And then go back in. It's just you just saw this guy try and kill someone, and your response is, not my job.
Their response is to tackle the first guy, Tsukijimi or whatever his name is. Shigeno.
Who then has a fever dream nightmare of his girlfriend being eaten by the chicken man.
The facial expressions are just wild.
That a little girl claims to have seen a monster in the elevator.
I think it starts canon or something. Oh my gosh, he really did eat the girlfriend. That's why I was since confused when she showed up later.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure they're the same people. I'm pretty sure that was a fever dream and didn't happen, but I don't know because I can barely tell half of these characters apart.
Yes.
Because the art is so rough.
I do find it odd that we live in this society, but the hospitals are still 7 beds to a room.
Yeah, right?
Yes, but you need plot convenience, little girl, to establish that Chicken George is real.
Yeah, he literally just needs to...
Mommy, I saw a monster. Shigeno jumps up on his bed. I knew it! He's alive! Oh, he's alive! And the mother's just like, okay, honey, you need to stop telling fibs, and can somebody get that man out of here? Also, we got to the chicken man just going around trying the key he has in random locks.
Because he was only told what street the guy lived on.
He gets attacked by some dogs and a girl with a baseball bat.
Yep, as you do, because he is a naked man with a chicken face attempting to open doors.
I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty reasonable response from the lady whose door he was trying to open.
She even responds oh, it must be someone who just is drunk, whatever.
Must be a drunk person. Better get my bat.
Yep.
I love how her response is get her bat, not even attempt to wake her partner.
That's
or call the police.
So there is a man right next to her, and she has to be the one to do home defense with a bat.
This is the future.
I've
Women can do anything, Jay. Why don't you believe in empowerment?
He doesn't even like wake up, and that's scary.
For some reason, I thought that was like her little brother, and this was a kid.
So it's the pigtails. I thought it might have been his children because I thought the chicken guy had just made it to his home at this point. I wasn't clear he was going door to door checking doors. And like I was just like, wait, is his wife sleeping with another dude? And I'm like, that can't be it. These must be like his children that share bed in a very large room for some reason. I
Yep.
don't know.
Yep.
Well, it also could have been
Another
a
house.
mother and son, but because like some of the shots don't make it clear how old the guy is until you get a little bit later, and it's like, nope, they're about the same age.
He runs away. The wild dogs attack the chicken man, who flees into a public restroom.
This is the funniest just fight scene because he gets the shit kicked out of him by these dogs. Like they rip a bunch of flesh off him,
Huge strips of meat ripped right off.
Realize he tastes good, and you can see the dogs come to that realization, and then they run forward to attack him again.
It's like, oh,
Chicken!
geez, like chicken.
No, why must I be cursed with delicious flesh?
The next morning, Shigeno beats up a nurse in order to run out of the hospital.
Yep.
Look, that woman was trying to tell him what to do, and he just showed her who's boss. Like it is a back of the hand slap, and he goes on his way
with his unburnt arm. And he takes the MC Escher escalators that connect every key location in this entire world. I love the MC Escher escalators. They somehow get more ridiculous when we go to New York City.
That one goes down and then up again,
Yes.
just out of nowhere.
Yes.
You say MC Escher. This is Dr. Seuss. Like this panel is Dr. Seuss.
You're right.
Who's it's and what's it's and chickens galore.
Oh no.
All the who's down in Whoville, the chickens they abhor.
You got there in the end. I believed in you, buddy.
Thank you.
That's a good one. I like that.
But Shigeno runs and sees a huge splatter of blood in the public bathroom and sees several dogs have their faces bashed in with cleaning supplies.
Bastion is... You're not fully understanding, like...
Driven
through the front
skull.
of their skulls. Like...
Oh no, the blood trail leads directly to my apartment.
All I can think is who's making the jars to these cleaning supplies stronger than dog skulls? And why did they do this?
Yeah. And there he sits, the chicken, in the foyer of the apartment, bleeding heavily and holding the key.
I did what you asked of me, master.
Sure.
And he's like surprised that this happened, but I guess he was desperate.
Yeah.
He was desperate and maybe like in a daze, you know? I don't know. Maybe he wasn't.
That seems to be his general state, yes.
I love how temporarily his science mind takes back over, but it's still crazy because he's like, I have to do something. He's severely injured. Grab scalpel. I want to see his brains.
Let me get a look at that brain. It's like any VTuber audience. They're so nice, but then we'll just occasionally be like, put out them dogs.
Yep.
Let me see them piggies.
Oh my god.
Just several panels of him looking increasingly deranged as he approaches the chicken with a knife.
And frankly, that's the normal thing he does, because what he does immediately afterward is worse.
He stabs himself through the cast into his burned arm, going, No! Forgive me, chicken! I almost committed a grave sin! I was possessed by evil thoughts!
This is a mission that God has sent me. I will stab this hand of mine that drives me to sin. Is apparently the researcher is a very religious man. Like,
I think honestly, if I experienced this, I would probably end up finding God too. Let's be serious.
No, that's fair.
Except and then the chicken starts crying. Except the hyper-realistically drawn chicken head with the cartoony sort of tears. I thought like a parasite was leaking out of his eyeballs or something, and was going to rise as a new mini boss.
I legit thought he was like a tongue was streaming out of his eyes, like
right?
socket, and was gonna.
It doesn't look like it's on his face. Like, it looks like it's separate from the rest of his face.
I need to put him in the pod, by which I mean my bathtub, and I'll put the back to tank fluid in there. Thankfully, I brought some home for more work. Oh,
it's so convoluted.
As you do.
It's literally, luckily, I keep an entire gas canister of chicken fluid at home for work. Oh no, this isn't enough chicken fluid. I need to go get more chicken fluid.
Oh shit, the blood. People will come investigating if they see the blood. I need to clean it up. Oh, hello, girlfriend. Help me clean up the blood.
Should I be concerned that my very nice white shoes are standing directly in the blood?
No, just clean up the blood. Ask no questions. I'll be right back. Okay. Why do I hear pained moaning coming from the... Shigeno? Oh, he left. Oh, there's pained moaning coming from inside. This can't be good. Let me just open the... He locked the door. Oh, no.
But Shigeno, there are dead dogs in the toilet.
We'll deal with those later. I need to get more chicken fluid. This is a totally normal situation.
She's way too calm for, I saw some dogs brutally murdered in the public toilet across from your apartment.
And the blood led right to your door?
Have we established that it is a little odd that your very nice apartment is across the street from some public toilets?
No.
Okay.
I love it because she's like, I need to get a look at whoever's moaning in pain from inside the apartment. Oh, it seems to be coming from the bathroom. I can see, there's the external window. Let me look inside. the horrible chicken face in the fluid. By the way, it needs to be pointed out, chicken face got teeth.
Yeah, you got teeth now.
Chicken
meat
got teeth.
How else you gonna eat?
Beak! Beak is
That's
how
silly.
you eat when you
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think all birds have teeth, Sam.
She's like, oh God, my boyfriend, he couldn't possibly be involved in something horrible. I need to just keep cleaning up this blood. Surely an explanation will happen.
And then that doesn't happen.
She goes back to double check. The chicken isn't there. And Shigeno jump scares her with his huge gas canister of chicken fluid.
He's just got a jerry can of chicken fluid. Help me carry this. Okay.
So either he lives right next to the lab, or he went down to like the 7-Eleven to pick up some chicken fluid. Like, he is back way too quickly.
Oh man, I've had nights like that. I understand how that is.
Time makes no sense in this manga. How did mans get a 25-gallon canister of magic chicken broth this quickly?
That's just how they sell it at the store. Meanwhile, she gets distracted by the chicken fluid and her crazy boyfriend and comes back to the neighborhood just gathered around the public toilets going like, huh, there's a bunch of dead dogs out here. That's weird. Must have been a homeless guy. I heard Yamada-san had a drunk guy come up to their door last night. Man, shame what the world's coming to. Should we look and see where this blood leads at all? We're not cops. And then they just leave. Like...
Meanwhile, inside,
the chicken has dragged himself from the bathtub and has found Jesus while reading a book on dogs. For he has made a cross
out of a pencil. Yep. Was he mourning the dogs? Impossible. I can accept that he has intelligence, but the emotional capacity to grieve?
I can accept that he has intelligence, but the soul necessary to worship our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
He puts him in the tub. He pours the rest of the fluid on him and then blacks out for some reason. Wakes up tied to his own bed with Chicken Man now fully healed, sitting at the computer, fucking absorbing all knowledge.
Okay, so it's 100% assumed that he passes out because compared to the lab, he's now in a small bath with this whatever chicken juice that he's pouring into the tub.
He got too high on the chicken broth.
Yeah.
He got too high. That's all you need to know about this manga. He got too high. I don't care what you're referring to. That is the explanation.
Yes.
Also, he wakes up to the phrase "Chicken George."
Yep.
Which.
Yep.
Of course.
He sees the Chicken Man typing on the computer, writing out like DNA sequences with a huge disorganized pile of CDs in all science fields.
Individually labeled like zoology, cosmology, linguistics, geophysics. And they all appear crossed off as if he's done with this one. And like
Yep.
putting it down.
Oh, he's typing in the computer. It can't be. How could this happen? Oh no, I'm tied to the bed.
Got a little
The sequence of events is a little out of order, but go off, King.
Man,
Yep.
I've been there. You get a little too much of the chicken broth. You know what I'm saying? You wake up tied to the bed, not sure why.
I didn't realize our relationship would go from me yelling at his naked dick to this.
Whatever this is.
You know what? In retrospect, that actually is a logical progression.
And while he's busy screaming in the bed, the chicken stands up, walks over to him, and says, "I am Chicken George. That is
So
my
he named
name."
himself. He names himself then.
Well, no, he escapes, tries to jump out the window, and then Chicken George is like, "Not letting that happen."
My name is Chicken George. I am sure of it.
I love the look of pity that is unmistakable on this chicken face as he looks at him as he wakes up from his escape attempt and just like, "I am Chicken George. It was me."
I come here as a representative of the animal kingdom, the revenge of planet Earth for the treacheries of humanity.
So he's a kaiju. Yes.
Straight out
Well,
of
okay,
One
I
Punch
think-
Man.
Basically. Actually, the thing I like about this, and this is actually not the best example of this, this is done better later, but what seems to be happening is that he's like having a psychotic break and he thinks he's going down the stairs, but he's actually about to yeet himself out a second story window. And the thing that stops him is someone yelling, "Watch out." He turns, and then we get the "I am Chicken George" monologue, because like the pity that's on his face, like Chicken George is not a malicious individual.
Yet.
Well, no, that's the thing. And this is why I say it's done better later, because I'll explain in more detail a little bit later. But he's not a malicious individual, but he is on a mission, and he will do whatever he needs to do the mission. And we learn here, according to him, he doesn't know how he knows, but he knows he is the revenge of the animal kingdom against the hubris of humanity. At which point he stabs a scientist guy with a hypodermic needle, and we never see him again.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, quite literally, it's this early on. We're already able to establish that. I don't want to know if you want to call it situational irony, but humanity quite literally created Chicken George. Like
Pretty
the
much.
whole reasoning behind the yelling and progression from this is an innocent, completely potentially benign chicken creature that slowly evolves into something malicious due to how he was treated quite literally in his first moments of life.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's just a
I'm not-
hypothesis.
I'm not 100% sure I buy that based on things he says, but
I don't know.
I just love that with the same absolute certainty that he is the next stage of revenge for the planet to empower animals to take back from humanity against the extinctions they have caused. With that exact same certainty is also, by the way, my name is Chicken George. I will take no notes on that.
No notes. Yep.
So anyway, Chicken George suddenly decides he needs to wear clothes. And I don't know. So this entire time, we've been having a good time. We've been saying this is a B movie. I am still unsure if this manga is supposed to be serious or if it's a satire of like horror. And the comedic timing of this scene is like one of the things in my back that I'm like, the mangaka knew what they were doing and they were making some genius comedy. Because he goes into like a full Invisible Man disguise, gets out like literally like 2 blocks down the street, has a slight limp in his step, and a group of children goes like, "Hey, that guy's a cripple. Let's go make fun of him." And he's like, "Damn it. The children have seen through my disguise. I should have known."
This disguise is just literally like, I don't know, sunglasses, a hat, and like a scarf over his beak.
It literally, like, it's just immediately worthless. And he's like, "I was not as smart as I thought I was." Let's go to the zoo.
We need to kill a bunch of kids.
He lures them into the zoo, traps them in the entomology exhibit, and has the bugs eat them.
So are they in the zoo or are they in like a trash?
I think
It's
they're
like
on the. I think that's the surface, air quotes.
They go down. I think it's like a trash compactor area where they like dispose of biological waste. That's why there's so many cockroaches down here.
Yeah.
It's unclear. It's
It's an icky
nebulous. It's bug area of the future.
Yep. Icky place. Kids get defeated by bugs.
Yeah. He does go to the zoo, and the zoo is full of man-made horrors beyond comprehension.
He does scare children into a corner and then locks them in there with bugs.
The zoo is full of horrible chimera of like tiger-faced spiders, beaver.
Tiger-faced spiders where even if it was a tiger body, it would be like twice the size of a normal tiger.
A beaver with an elephant head and like massive tusks.
2 dogs that just have a man and woman's head for some reason. I guess science needed to do this.
Yes, science.
And I love how he yells, "These weren't in the encyclopedia!"
He was unaware that zoos did this now. There are massive gaps in his knowledge.
Also, the man-faced dogs are sobbing like they understand that they are crimes against God's image.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know. Dogs are very intelligent, you know.
I love the like biting back tears before the dog starts barking at Chicken George. Like, I hate you and I hate myself.
It's all this hate.
Wait. He finds a chicken that he kidnaps. Is
Yeah.
that
Yep,
Chicken
that
Lucy?
is- Yes, that is Chicken Lucy.
Oh
yes.
my god.
Hey,
That is
girl.
literally-
Hey, girl.
Yo, single mom. I can deal with that.
Oh my god.
Chicken George likes MILFs.
But
Yeah, that's why this kid gets decked.
he flees. He flees from the crowd when his chicken face is revealed. He kills a zoo operator with a single punch and unleashes all the horrible chimera that begin eating the humans.
I love.
This is the worst Jurassic Park sequel.
It really
This is so Jurassic Park because he smashes the controls, and the default for all these cages is obviously to open, which kind of makes sense in like a prison situation because you're like, I don't want people dying of like a fire.
But
These
it's
are
a metaphor.
monsters.
It's a metaphor.
Sure.
I'll bite. What's the metaphor, Jay?
They are prisoners to science.
I don't think you know what a metaphor is, but that's fine. We can move on. And then we get him running away as people are just eaten by these monsters, and he is holding a crying chicken. And then we just flip to the page to the son of the president and the Statue of Liberty staring at us.
It's like the son of the president with the Statue of Liberty right there, and it's like, is the Statue of Liberty the president's son? I'm so confused.
And we
It's mid-chapter.
and we
So in the past, we started off in Japan. We are now in America now.
the good old US
we are now
of A.
in Dome America.
Yes, we see New York City, except there are domes, but not over everything, just domes over like neighborhoods.
Yeah, so it's like I assume the economic centers because we would never go down way ew.
We're not giving
see,
domes to Brooklyn.
It's Manhattan. It's Uptown. It's if I'm looking at this correctly, I think that's Chinatown, which is an interesting choice considering what it looks like is all of Brooklyn is just. This could just be a bad image of New York City, actually, is another thing. Because this actually, I don't think the city goes off in that direction. Whatever.
This is also the nebulous future.
This was also made by someone from Japan who may not have had a good map, so...
Wait, are you saying that the map of the US from Undead Unluck isn't something I should use on my road trip?
No.
You know what?
Distinctly
Go
not.
for it. Go for it.
This is the platonic opposite to the skyline shots from Eagle.
Yes.
There's nobody fucking in a window.
Yeah.
Speaking of opposites of Eagle, unfortunately, we don't have President Kenneth Yamaoka.
That would be clutch, honestly. If he like came in and be like, actually, we have a new Asian American president who's running, or Asian American candidate, Senator Yamaoka.
Actually, good point to bring this up. This is about halfway through our reading.
It is. I think this is a good point. God, I have so much to say about the so little that is about to happen.
I'm just warning you for people who didn't do the reading. The next arc.
You're not going to be able to follow it.
It's a ride.
If what we just described to you about Chicken George made sense, you stand no chance with the next one.
This is about to be the craziest in-universe 18 hours you've ever heard about. We'll be right back.
That is on the long end of estimations.
It very well could have been 45 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll be right back. And welcome back to the show, folks, where last week, there's no heroes in this, there's no protagonists, I'm not even going to make the joke. Who's ready?
Previously on the last LSD trip,
Chicken George escaped into the world, and now we cut to...
It's everybody else's problem.
And now we cut to the president, waiting for the birth of his child.
Yep.
But you don't understand. He's been waiting for too long. Because of his wife's age, it takes a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was kind of weird because they're not referring to like her conception or anything. They're literally talking about birth. And I'm not a medical professional. I don't know if that's true, but
It feels...
What even is true?
But you don't understand. I accidentally double-booked the UN meeting for the day of my child's birth.
It's
Mr.
not
President,
even a UN meeting. It's so...
But I mean, that also tracks because you don't necessarily, as you pre-schedule your delivery, you don't probably already have the meeting scheduled, but whatever.
Mr. President, you need to get to the mantis copter.
You don't understand. All I care about is that my child is healthy and that it is born a male, because only a male can be raised by me as a worthy successor to become president after I am done being president. At which point I'm just like, I mean, maybe that's how it works. I thought it worked differently, but you know,
Things...
Actually,
The
he has
world
to give himself
changes
a
each
pat
day.
on the back because he didn't believe he'd be able to have a child. He himself.
Yeah, the monkey...
he does say that later, and I have no idea what he means by
He's
it.
very busy bearing his child.
It's like...
No, they've already, just in case, we have to be, conscious of this. It is his wife. So he is in a heterosexual relationship.
Yeah.
At least allegedly.
It's just worded in such a way, it's like, Mangaka, I know we're already stretching the levels of credulity for science here, what with Chicken George and all that, but generally, there isn't a male menopause insofar as not being able to have children anymore. The balls do not become inert until death, generally.
Just ask Al Pacino.
Oh, you're gonna have a field day with 2 X chromosomes on that.
I don't go there.
Anyway, he goes to the meeting of national leaders.
Yep.
Yes.
We got Margaret Thatcher in here from the UK.
We have the queen of it. Oh, that is just Margaret Thatcher. You're right. We have what appears to be the Sultan from Disney's Aladdin representing India.
Well, we have mannequins representing the leaders of the United Kingdom, France, and India.
And Ind.
Nope. And we get the second meeting that could have been an email, where the president starts off by going, I wish to talk about our orbit policy. But we've overcome many disasters as humankind. And just shouting out Japan here, that cool, like lab-grown chicken you made really revolutionized eating. Everyone's eating chicken now, especially America. Let's hear it up for Japan. Cut to Japan clapping their ass off. Like, mankind will reign forever. And I've got a kid on the way. The future of the mankind will be my child. My healthy, normal child. With my blonde hair and blue eyes. President, stop.
And an aide bursts through the door, runs up and says, Mr. President, green children! What? Green babies!
I love the look on his face.
Quick, let's put it on the big screen here in the UN meeting room.
I just love how the structure of this manga is so clearly, you need a giant sting at the end of every single chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it just isn't there. So it's just like, and then he ran in and shouted green babies.
What is this, webtoon?
And
oh,
yeah,
yes,
it
exactly.
is. And I love it. They put it on the big projector screen. A picture of a very concerned-looking nurse with a child that is allegedly green.
We don't know, because it's all in black and white.
I'm just going to say it. When the president sees his own child, there are 2 pages of panels going back and forth between shocked president and crying baby. And then the president finally falls on his ass and goes, his hair is green! Like, thanks for cluing me in, man!
I assume when this was printed in a magazine, it had color for those pages at least.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when you go to a volume release, you lose that.
Yeah.
Should they have lost that in this particular case? I don't think so. But I don't know.
We're receiving images like this from all around the world. Africa, China, Antarctica, even in space.
And then a baby seems to erupt out of a vat of chicken fluid, I think.
At which point, I'm like, okay, is this why there's all this weird stuff about the president's age being a problem with having a child, and him talking about bearing the baby? Is there a test tube wife? Which, Jay, you said in the pre-show that you had the same, like, inkling.
Yeah, 100%. Just based on, what we've experienced so far. I fully was, like, bought in on, the environment of, totally having test tube babies.
The president is basically the opposite of Chicken George.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because Chicken George would never fit in a test tube.
Yes.
Instead of manifesting out of a vat of fluid, the president jizzed into the vat of fluid.
Oh my god.
That is why they are mortal enemies.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I was living here.
But I love it because the science team runs in, puts all these pictures up on the screen, and in front of all these world leaders who have nothing to say, and the president is just like, tell nobody, lest there be public unrest. I will go and learn more. And he runs away.
I must go back to the mantis copter.
Yes, he runs away.
Quick, take me to St. Maria's Hospital. How will you know St. Maria's Hospital? There is a 5-story statue of the Virgin Mary atop the building. Which, funnily enough, stops us from having a helipad, so we need to land on a nearby building.
Frickin' Batman the Animated Series, Gotham Art Deco, eat your heart out. Chicken George, New York City, has all the statues topping various skyscrapers.
When they zoomed in on that statue, I 100% thought it was going to start spontaneously crying.
I thought that too. I was like, oh, come on. You have to be full on waterworks. That would be a beautiful fountain, honestly,
Nope.
for that building.
I mean, honestly, like have it cry like twice a day.
Yeah.
We then get possibly my favorite scene in our entire reading as the president is running through the hallways. And I'm just gonna let everyone know I had to do a triple take on this where I thought I had reached the joke of the panel and had to come back and be surprised. The president is running through the hallway saying, "That's right, I need to think of a name. I'm not going to consult my wife at all. Jimmy, Chris." And I had to stop and I'm like, "Buddy, those aren't names. Those are nicknames. But I'll give you one more shot. Next panel. Or maybe I should name him Abraham after the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln." And I had to put this down and I'm like, this is Eagle making of an Asian American president level of goodness. This is great. And I'm like, funny joke. He's going to move on from this because he's not going to acknowledge how funny that is. Last panel. No, I'll name him America. America Young, on whose shoulders the fate of America rests. I was like, I can't.
The further we got in this reading, the higher the density of I need to screen cap this panel and send it to my friends out of context kept happening. He goes into the palatial bedroom suite of a
The curtains are a bit much, okay?
Yeah.
Like, looking at this whole canopy with curtains, decorated curtains. These aren't your standard hospital curtains, by the way.
It's the lace on top that really seems unnecessary.
No. No, this is fine. I remember this area from Bloodborne. If you like put the skull on the statue, it turns into an elevator that goes down.
Grant us eyes. Man, fuck the fight before that.
If you know, you know.
I love how this manga really gives women agency, because in the scene where the president and his wife unite, he goes, "Congratulations, dear, wah, Susan, dear, wah, Susan, you did well. Where's my son? All she says is dear, wah."
Well, Mr. President, if you come over to this side room, we put him in the tube.
As you do.
This is a monster, by the way, not, the standard incubators for infants we have to. This thing is a beast.
I want the amount of like infrastructure built around this. This has to be the standard practice, is they put all babies from this room in the tube.
Well, yeah, that's why the actual birthing room is so elaborate. So you don't notice all the wires.
But yeah, like Sam was alluding to before, he sees his son in the crib. He's like, he looks like a healthy boy. And then the baby cries, and then the president narrows his eyes. He goes, "Ah," and then he just screams. And then that's the end of the manga. And you're just like, well, he looks like a healthy boy, but apparently his hair is green.
Like 3 pages of the cutting between the president and the screaming infant.
Also, I presume the mangaka meant to draw him placing the baby in the cradle more gently than what it appears like he's doing, which is just fucking yeeting the baby.
Oh, this is not the only baby that shall be yeeted in this chapter, actually.
Throw the child.
I was giving the manga the benefit of the doubt only because the fucking like angle of this makes no sense for him to be yeeting, but it literally goes from in his palms to away.
And it doesn't get any better when a second random hysterical woman kicks in the door screaming, "Give me back my baby. Where's my baby? This isn't mine," as she's shaking another infant with splotches on it.
Dear, wah.
His body's covered in green spots. There's no way this is my baby. Where's the real one? Throws the baby onto the first lady's bed.
Wah.
Where's the baby?
No. She says something different here. She also adds a no.
Yeah.
A big no.
Say no
Before she passes out.
Oh, that was too much. She had one line of dialogue, two more than she was allotted, and they had to like cut her.
Where's my baby? Ma'am, you need to calm down. I'm the president, and that is my son in that cradle over there. You can't take him. I don't care if you're the president. Give me my baby. The line of all time.
There's a lot of panels in this reading, especially this section, that are just usable completely out of context at any point.
All of the babies are green, apparently.
Yeah, and the people are freaking out. And the president's like, you need to shut down this facility so that the rumors don't spread and incite panic.
And of course, that never works.
Sir, Mr. President, I'm head scientist man, possibly your personal family physician, possibly the head of the CDC, I don't know.
Possibly your brother, I think someone mentions at some point,
No,
but I'm not 100%
that's
sure.
not his brother. His brother's someone else.
Yeah.
His brother's the man who looks identical to him.
Yes.
The clone, okay.
His brother-in-law is the man who looks identical to him,
It's the clone,
which is
yes.
confusing.
Yes.
But
Yes.
But while the president is busy running to the latest Dr. Seuss escalator to the next plot point, Mr. Scientist Man is going, Sir, you must know, it is being said that this is a curse. A curse? A curse from the plants and the animals? Yes, it is being said by Dr. Chicken George of Cambridge University.
Dr. Chicken George? Who the hell is
A
that?
man with the face of a chicken at Cambridge.
That is a perfectly normal sentence. Honestly, no, it makes sense to me that Dr. Chicken George would be able to get a doctorate and a job at Cambridge after only 6 months of being alive. He did, after all, consume the sum of human knowledge over the duration of one Victorian fainting spell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hold on, Jacob. We don't know that it's been 6 months until another 200 pages into
no,
this
we don't.
volume.
He suddenly appeared recently and is said to possess great wisdom. The only thing, no one knows where he came from. Also, he has the face of a chicken. This is something all people know. Keep that in mind for later.
I love so much he suddenly appeared recently and is said to possess great wisdom. That's not sci-fi talk. That's fantasy talk. That's what you say when the Merlin ripoff suddenly appears in the king's court.
Yes.
I'm just
so
saying-
Chicken George is Merlin. Yes.
We reached a scientific consensus. The prevailing hypothesis, plant curse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All I can think of is like these babies have to look like freaking green
Isn't
giant-
that how the happening ends?
Yes.
green giant babies everywhere?
Plant curse.
What? No.
Well, someone has to eat their vegetables.
Yep. But there's a riot breaking out in the hospital with people with knives and baseball bats and wine bottles beating the shit out of doctors.
It's like
really-
a zombie apocalypse.
You don't even know like the time frame of like when this league first started. And already people have arms, people have like batons, and
One guy has what appears to be a baguette.
yes, I was like a baguette club. Go off. Yes.
I love the
This is America, not France.
I love the one guy who's like, "It's the president! Give back our babies! Where did you hide them?" He throws the wine bottle, and the president turns on
Ultra instinct dodges.
he turns on no clip. Because that is on a beeline directly for his face. Next panel, he has ducked and the bottle is shattered against the wall behind him.
I mean, Sam, you act like that's some kind of impossible thing. George Bush dodged two shoes. Like,
Yeah, you know what? That's the secret power of the president. When you get enough votes in the electoral college, you're actually imbued with a +10 to dodge.
Yeah, this is just the animation not lining up. You know how it is.
My people, my fellow Americans, please calm down. I know weird shit is happening, but we're trying to figure it out.
don't fall victim to false information. Now, please stay down there while I inform like a government level psyop to like fake news all of you into believing you're safe.
love that. Okay, for a half a second, it looks like they send in the people with the flamethrowers to suppress the riot. No, we later learn that this is memory erasing nerve gas.
Which is fine. This is fine.
It's drawn identically to the flamethrowers. I want to be very clear there.
Yes. I also thought that they were getting flamethrowers.
We don't have time to talk about that, much like we don't have time to talk about anything in this later arc, because holy shit, mile a minute. The president runs into another room where there's a bunch of babies underneath the machine.
The machine that shoots acid that specifically dissolves babies.
What are
Yes,
you
this
doing?
is verbatim what is off. And he's proceeded to be gaslit into saying that he gave a specific order to eliminate these babies.
with the acid machine.
With the acid
With
machine that the hospital just has.
Yes.
This is the machine we specifically have that is the size of like a basketball court that we use to drip acid on babies. Why is that so unbelievable to
We're
you?
going to dissolve them with some chemicals.
Yep.
Who gave you that
Yep.
order? You did, Mr. President. No?
What?
No, I didn't!
Why would I have done that?
When would I have done that?
Literally scrambling between like panels here. Like, what? Did he even allude? Nope. Nope.
Not only did he never allude to it, he was never in a position to give the order in the first place.
Meanwhile, the doctor is fighting with him like, you gave me the order. I gotta dissolve these babies. I'm just following orders. And then
Arrest
the president
the doctor. Arrest the doctor.
No, that'd make more sense because the president jumps in front of the acid, holds up his hands, and is like, if you're going to kill these babies, then you're gonna have to kill me too. And all I can think is the doctor going like, is that an order, Mr. President? Because I mean, I think I've made my position on that very clear.
It's
Unfortunately, this acid only dissolves babies, so you'll actually be perfectly safe.
Isn't it wonderful to live in the future?
I love how once the president jumps into the baby dissolving pit, we get a view of like the nozzle of the machine, and gods above, what is that? What tech heresy nightmare is this?
The baby dissolving pit is a sentence you just said.
I gotta
No,
say,
it's not wrong. It is a baby dissolving pit.
of all the horror manga we've read, there is something particular about the giant, like, stainless steel pit that all these, like, newborn, freshly born babies, completely unswaddled, just dumped unceremoniously onto stainless
They're
steel.
all crying.
And it's just horrifying to me. Like, it's just like, oh no, they can't regulate their body temperature. They're going to freeze to death. Like,
They are all awake and screaming.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too. First day of life, you don't know what the hell's going on, and now you're just on like some kind of metal plate, being potentially dissolved.
No. See, the acid is warmed, so they'll be fine.
okay.
Okay, I feel better now.
In fact, the president's being cruel by not allowing them
To be bathed in the nice warm acid, yes.
I love
the president's
And
just
the
like,
acoustics of this place, like, if anything, their erratic cries and screams only being amplified. This is only making it.
truth is, my son was born with green hair as well. I know that's shocking. And since I found out these 10 minutes ago, I have been filled with a deep resentment in my heart. And my feelings have manifested themselves and become that false order you received.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure he rationalizes this is the only way he can. He's like, I don't remember giving this order, but I guess I had a mentioned it. I guess it,
Yeah.
I guess I manifested this evil into the world. I'm going to pick up one of these babies and do the president thing and kiss it to, like, apologize. And the doctor says, like, please do not touch the contagious baby. And he's like, oh, no, you're making a real good point there. Maybe I shouldn't.
Yes, Mr. President. Somewhere in those 2 pages of you having like a shot-to-shot trade-off with the child, you conjured a tulpa of your deep hatred.
I mean, I 100% now looking at it now, the only way he rationalized to the doctor was just being insane.
Yeah. Though I will say, this guy is my president, because he does something that we could not do today. He points at those doctors and says, research this and develop a vaccine.
You trying to give him autism?
No, we just need to give him Tylenol for that. Much like the Tylenol I'm going to need for the headache this monk is giving me.
I welcome it.
That joke's gonna be dated, but we're keeping it in anyway. Yeah, so this is where they decide to fake news the hospital. Essentially, like, we're going to get all our propaganda out. We're going to take a video of me holding a very normal baby.
And we're just going to play it on loop on all the video calls.
At which point, smash cut to the street, where a woman goes full Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and crawls out through a manhole, screaming, "There's green babies in the hospital!"
Green babies in the hospital?
She just runs at some homeless people around a burning barrel yelling that. And next page, hospital phone lines are getting blown up with people being like, is my baby gonna be green?
I heard yous all got green babies in your hospital, and I'm real nervous about that because I got me a baby in my belly. Is it gonna come out as Martian if I pop it out at your place?
No.
That is a valid question.
We only have the healthiest babies here. Here, look at this. Because they're all like the video phones that were all the sci-fi rage before cell phones happened.
They're video phones with handheld receivers.
It's very 1950s. A lot of this, like we've mentioned that this has a very heavy 70s science fiction aesthetic. It also has a lot of DNA of the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the right era for the first season of Pokemon, that kind of futurism they have there, because they also have video phones with receivers.
With a receiver as well. Yeah.
It's that like future of the early 90s.
Yeah.
And she's like, here, take a look at this video. I'm just going to transmit it to your feed. And, oh, Mr. President, thank God you're here. The phone lines are blowing up. Somehow this is leaked. Oh, has it been like several days? Or no, it's been 10 minutes. Mr. President, as Scientist Man kicks open the door again.
We need you to see the woman from before that barged into the First Lady's room get memory gassed.
This woman's hysterical. She's saying a very real thing that happened to her. I don't know. Do whatever we do with hysterical women. We gas them now, sir. This is a more civilized era.
Wait, we kill them? Oh, heavens, no. It's gas that erases memories.
Oh, much better. I feel safe already. Give me the gas.
Oh.
I think I need the gas after all of this.
So he runs back to his wife, who he finds lovingly cuddling the child, like, oh, Susan, you love our mutant baby? Yes, dear, I love our mutant baby. My womanly instincts would not allow anything else.
Dear, where?
I, too, love our mutant baby.
I will embrace my child, America. Oh, you named him without consulting me at all.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
I love the two nurses who are menacingly shadowed in the background. They look like they're about to just snatch the baby and slit its throat or something.
Well,
it's the horror panel. I think that's what it's implying.
Yeah.
I think they might actually be considering it. Remember, the hysteria. They think it's cursed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but dear, didn't you once tell me that green is the color of peace? You're right, honey. I did tell you that. So that means our baby's mutant hair is a symbol of peace, making him an even greater future of America.
I immediately thought of, like, green as in capitalism and money.
That was what I was thinking too.
And I'm like, okay, I guess I see the connection, maybe?
$1 bill, y'all.
dollar bill.
Kicks in the door. We have received all of the data.
All of
It is
it.
on this. It is on this streamer in my hands.
Chloroplasts!
We have both. There are plant cells in the kid's hair. That's why they got green hair. But don't worry.
An entire fleet of news choppers outside, so you should probably go tell the press that it's not harmful. I will bring my infant baby along so that... Oh my god, okay, so this...
This makes no sense.
No, we cut to the riots where there are people in the streets saying, kill the green babies. And then random woman appears on the Times Square broadcast saying, everyone, the president has an important announcement. And he's in front of all the news cameras, but his baby is crying because it's a baby. That's what they do. And it's like, no, if the people see the baby crying and not smiling, then then the optics will be ruined.
This entire time, I thought he was going to smother the baby for a press photo.
Mr. President, we are running out of broadcast time. We can't delay the shoot any longer. I don't think that's how broadcasting works.
Spoken like a true sport.
Are you telling me that I can't just co-opt the airwaves? No, sir.
I think that's exactly what they're doing.
No, sir. We have a rerun of the Golden Girls for the 3 o'clock hour. We can't delay it.
Well, it's literally they've got all of these TV screens just displaying like black because they don't have anything lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Which the smart thing is you just have a narrator like going through the stuff, like killing time until.
Yeah. Have a whole.
But no, that would make sense.
We have a whole chapter of them trying to calm down the baby. Would someone get me a proper
Also-
knife so I can stab this baby?
Also, his wife's brother comes here.
Yes.
He's trying to like, congratulate him. He's like, hey sis,
Your boy Sam,
yeah.
who brings the bouquet of flowers that is the size of 2 human torsos.
Which, by the way, the president ordered in advance that huge bouquet, so he just picked it up. He's like, this is the bouquet you ordered, right?
Yep.
No, and then he specifically
smaller-
goes. He specifically does the better move where he's just like, well, I picked up this piece of trash for you.
But thankfully, I also have these genetically modified golden roses from the garden that I have also plucked into a fresh bouquet all my own.
I should have been a better guardsman because you just took my sister straight into the end zone.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, cameras are rolling. The entire
Well, I mean,
nation is seeing this.
He knew what he was doing.
And it's
Yep.
like the baby is still crying. But thankfully, Sam, local hero, comes in just like, yes, my youngest son Pete has a present for his little cousin America. Here, a cactus from a 1,000-year-old cactus from Nevada.
Yep, it's been that long.
And the baby that has plant cells in it calms down in the presence of a not artificial plant, and they can't seem to figure out that's what's going on.
Well,
They never seem to figure out that's what's going on.
After receiving such
Yeah.
a special cactus, there's no reason to be crying.
Aw, baby love a cactus? Baby loves his cactus.
I 100% believe these parents are like zapped of all energy and just like, whatever, stop crying.
Well, I mean, yeah, that if this had been like several days of him nonstop crying, yeah, obviously, parents of a newborn, thank God it stopped crying for 2 seconds. Whatever, I don't care. I said we weren't going to give it an iPad this entire time. I have given up that vow.
But it's been 45 minutes. So, and by the way, still broadcasting. Whole nation is seeing this. Aw, look at these optics. It's so cute. The green-haired baby has stopped crying. We can now say that these chloroplasts are harmless. Kicks open door. Scientist man runs in. Sir, we've developed this serum from Japan that gets rid of the green color by killing chloroplasts. Give this untested serum to your child.
Straight to your baby on national
On
TV
live TV!
to show it's safe. In no situation would you do this.
Well, that makes perfect sense, but I will first demonstrate on this leaf. Drip. Whoosh!
This leaf that we have in the leaf containment unit on the side of the set.
The leaf bursts into flames. And the baby...
And the plant baby starts screaming, wow, what a shock. They never figure this out.
Yeah.
Somebody thought this was clever.
Anyway, broadcast's over. I'm taking my child back to the tube with his cactus.
You sure do love your cactus, baby. You sure do love your cactus.
I mean, to be fair, it is a sweet cactus.
It was born in Nevada, the heartland of America.
So they go to the White House?
No. They go to a house.
They go to a manor. More fucking Dr. Seuss staircases. And I think a circus tent?
As you do.
Yeah, I like how the president is writing in his journal and wearing what appears to be a crossword puzzle.
I love it. His Art Deco business suit pajamas.
I want drip like that.
He still has his perfectly coiffed hair. And also, the feng shui in this room is all off because his, like, dark writing desk where he's doing this late night work, supposed to be, like, sequestered in a little corner, burning the midnight oil, is sitting just in the middle of a floor in a huge room in front of like a raised dais that has the magnificently palatial bed.
I'm just gonna say the setup for this room is someone who's got a lot of work they want to get done, but still wants to be cucked on the regular.
I hate it.
Sam, you're visiting again.
I hate it more.
I hate that that's her biological brother. For Manga Cast can't stop being cis confidential.
No!
But because he can't kick open the door, Scientist Man bursts onto the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at the bed that contains my wife, my baby, and his cactus.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. President! Oh my god, what is it, Scientist Man? This is the 5th time today. We have information about Chicken George.
About Dr. Chicken George.
Doctor, put some respect on his name. He went to
Let me
Cambridge.
put down the Diary of Erica.
America.
I mean the Diary of America.
No, that's a different manga.
The Diary of Erica.
He takes the Dr. Seuss escalator down into the basement of his manor.
Rocking
Down into the abyss.
this amazing suit. First of all, we have to like amazing. I want to he has a checkered suit. I love it.
I think number 14 is egregious.
He arrives in the fancy meeting room where Scientist Man is there, and Temu.com Dennis the Menace. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arthur Young. I'm Mickey. Well, Mickey, you seem like a good American boy. What happened? Well, you see, I'm a yacht enthusiast, so I took a trip to Hawaii along an uncharted route. Wait, hold on.
That doesn't sound like a smart idea.
This is the most H.P. Lovecraft coded character in this entire manga.
Wait, you look like you're 15. What do you mean you have your own boat and took an uncharted course to Hawaii?
This is the future. How is there an uncharted course to Hawaii?
Also, yeah, like you're just going to Hawaii. Like you can locate it easily on a map.
Well, but there's an uncharted coast because there's too many giant patches of garbage they have to sail around, clearly.
Makes sense.
He got caught in a storm which shipwrecked him on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, where a paltry figure in the shadows tells him that, you broke a bone, you're gonna die.
I'm a pretty bird. You can tell because of my earrings.
I've had cruises like this.
The hen that Chicken George stole from the zoo now has hoop earrings.
They are in fact earrings. My co-hosts told me that, and I didn't believe it. And I looked at it, and I saw it was true, and I still didn't believe it, and now I'm seeing it again.
Yes. Now you'll see nothing else.
She lacks the ability to give herself earrings, so Chicken George had to do this.
Yes.
So anyway, this chicken laughs at Mickey as he, with a broken arm, does a surprising amount of climbing over garbage. Like, it's actually...
Yeah.
I'm amazed what he's doing with a broken arm.
This is insane and dumb, and we're going to laugh at a lot of really stupid stuff. There are parts of this that are actually not only take themselves seriously, but actually do what it's trying to do fairly well. And the whole point of this is the indomitable will to live.
Mhm.
So this character is representing, when someone sets their mind to it, when they decide, I am not going to die here, they can do the impossible. So that's why he's able to climb with a broken arm. Like, it's acknowledged that it's insane that he's able to do this.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
he chases the chicken over the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, steps on a knife,
He ends up stepping on a knife.
which he then proceeds to hold as terribly as possible.
Look, he's having a rough day, okay?
He at no point grips the handle.
He grips the idea of the handle.
So, with his broken arm on his severely cut foot, he continues to run across the garbage patch until he accidentally stubs his toe on the switch that opens up the door to the hidden bunker. I've read Dagon, and, yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, the chicken has beat him in here.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Cock, 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 cock.
Yep. She does say that.
So he stumbles after the chicken and finds another zoo of animals. My favorite panel is
Real animals.
My favorite panel is him going, "Whoa!" in front of a photorealistic horse that goes, "Nay."
Yay. Yeah, I'm a horse.
It's the most unenthused. It's BoJack Horseman level of nay.
That's it.
Nay.
See, that panel is me when I first learned about Uma Musume.
Yo, what up?
Come in.
You're acting kind of weird, dude.
Ricky. I am Chicken George, and this is Chicken Lucy.
My wife.
Nice to meet you.
It's never said outright, but it is very heavily implied. Okay, so
I have sex with this chicken. Is all I could hear the entire
Please
time.
stop. No. Bad.
I love how
He gave her earrings as a wedding present.
I love how Chicken George walks over to Mickey, grabs him by the back of the neck like a misbehaving cat, and is like, "Ah, yes, you have several broken ribs and tetanus, and you are going to die."
He's got tetanus. He's going to go the way of Tokyo no Minoru. This is actually the scene I was alluding to earlier. I actually really liked this scene, like leaving the insanity aside.
Relatively to the madness.
Well, yeah. The thing I liked about this is there is a lot that is like menacing and disturbing about this whole situation from Mickey's perspective. But quite frankly, Dr. Chicken George, excuse me. Dr. Chicken George is being like very reasonable and calm. He's, speaking to Mickey like with empathy and like, "Oh, you're hurt. Let me examine you to see what happened." And Mickey stabs him. Like, this is kind of what I was referring to when I say Dr. Chicken George isn't actively malicious. He doesn't want to hurt humanity, but humanity just keeps giving him really, really good reasons why he should wipe them out. Like, there's a level of, it's similar to the situation with Dr. Frankenstein's monster, where like the entire story where the monster is concerned is this is a gentle soul who wants to be good, but keeps being treated really shittily by every human being he meets,
Mm-hmm.
And
so, counterpoint, he does have an entire laboratory of human-shaped harvesting vats.
Yeah, it's weird. I understand and agree where Jake is coming from. I just think
I'm not saying that he's benevolent. I'm just saying he doesn't want to be this bad, but he's okay with doing it because it gets
the result
done what he wants
yeah.
done. Yeah.
Also, like everything else in this manga, he could very easily just be flip-flopping between whatever gives the coolest like stinger panel for the end of a chapter.
Yeah. That's why I haven't been like analyzing this as if it is a classic like Frankenstein and just mention that there's some interesting parallels there, because this does not, like, I see what it's going for. It doesn't pull it off. This isn't something to be enjoyed in a literary sense. This is something to be enjoyed for its complete batshit insanity.
So Mickey performs some British violence, chokes the chicken, and then runs.
As you
right
do.
Into the arms of, I don't even fucking know what that is.
Why is that there? What is it?
Well, it can move because it's got like a centipede length of human legs behind it, but it's like a train for catching humans, I guess.
Behold, my human centipede.
No, we're not. No. So, is this a biologic creature or 100% like an? No, android's the wrong term.
I don't know. And frankly, when it gets broken later and
it spawns spider bots. It has a phase 2.
It doesn't explain any further.
This Digimon. This is just a Digimon. I don't know.
Mickey. Yeah, Mickey passes out and wakes up in a cage.
Oh boy, we have to summarize this somehow.
I will preface this entire section. This is the worst the manga was about having a character say a thing and then having another character just repeat back what they said surprised. And there are times where they will do that for basically an entire chapter. And it's...
Healing cells destroy humanity.
My chicken wife.
Colonel, the computer. It's developed sentience.
Colonel, I think he's having sex with that chicken.
Colonel, I've been cloned, and he's turning the clones into tentacle monsters.
This is
honestly, that sounds about right for a Metal Gear game. Let's be honest.
That's right, Mickey. He's cloned you and turned your clones into tentacle monsters. Because he wants to, bro really thinks he's I Am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. He wants to mutate all humanity into a disgusting form that suits his greater purpose and torments them.
Also, Chicken George just spouting some weird biology, like human cells can only split like 7 times, and every time you heal from an injury, your lifespan shortens. And I'm like, I don't... What? Okay, so telomere caps are a thing. That is some audio acoustic level of I read the first sentence on a Wikipedia article level of that's not how that works. That is mangaka are not scientists. Like,
you only get 30 injuries your entire life.
No, oh, fuck them.
I've already hurt myself 20 times in this cage.
You see, I am Dr. Chicken George, an instructor at Cambridge University, though there is not a single soul who knows my face or where I live. I was born...
I can only assume he assumes that, because we found out from the president, the one thing they know about this dude is he has a chicken face.
I was born in Japan, and I'm only 6 months old. But in that time, I have learned that I am the manifestation of the anger of the animal kingdom against the mistreatment of the earth by humans. I am here to exact revenge. Anyway, that's my introduction.
Yep.
Why do you keep kneeing your cage?
Look, I'm going to turn your clone into a nitrogen recycling flush monster.
No, first he turns them into quite literally a that subsists off of animal crap.
Animal waste and pollution.
Yes.
Surely, once humanity has been turned into this horrid form, they will destroy themselves to escape it. In order to prove my hypothesis, I will link every computer in the entire world and use that computing power to answer this question. Grok, is this true?
And then the computer simulation opens a portal in space-time from which the humans who have evolved from that creature in the future say that due to this thing they have done, humans have not only taken over the Earth, they have taken over the stars and galaxies beyond as well. They have conquered all and will now conquer the past through this hole and kill you, Chicken George, and starts strangling him. And then he falls back and he's just like, whoo!
Oh shit! Task manager! Task manager!
No, he's like, hit the escape key, escape key.
See, this is why you don't fuck with the Zero system.
Oh.
If the Gundam scientists didn't want to build it, you shouldn't build it yourself.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, time to just liquidate all of those weird poop-eating monsters, because apparently they're the optimum form of humanity.
Well,
Honestly, that sounds about
what
right.
if I actually just did I have no mouth and I must scream and turned them into tentacle goop monsters? Oh no!
But like trees, so they can't move.
Oh no! Because they are trees, they spread roots, which also bud into more humans. And Grok activates again and begins levitating the computer, going, "You fool! You have unlocked another timeline of humanity's dominance over all creation!"
Like the first time, I thought it was the psychic humans in the future were so powerful they could tell they were being even hypothesized about and were shooting back in time a message. This happening a second time just leads me to believe this is just a function of the program, is that when it does the simulation, it then tries to kill Chicken George. He made it do this for some reason.
I have no idea.
This is some Roko's basilisk shit.
That first one you posited, Matt, that would be very in line with, like, Lovecraft. That's like the shadow out of time. But no, this is just, I don't know how computers work, and the Matrix hasn't been made yet.
True.
So Chicken George and Chicken Lucy do battle with the computer, and the only way they win is by Mickey, still panicking, kicking at his cage. He somehow kicks the bar of the cage hard enough to break it off and have the bar fall down and hit the escape key on the keyboard.
Yes, that is a thing that happens.
Listen, Chicken George, I know you're Japanese, but you don't need to have the shittiest iron known to man.
Damn.
I love his takeaway by seeing all the horrible mutated dead bodies of the Mickey clones. And then after his computer simulation almost killed him, goes, well, that can't possibly happen a third time.
Yes, let's rerun the numbers.
Oh, man, they became extremely yonic after they died. I'm not going to look at that. Makes me think of Chicken Lucy.
My wife, who I love so much and respect her opinion, I would ask her what we should name our children.
In fact, I respect her opinion so much. Chicken Lucy, I want you to decide the fate of the planet. Should we build a rocket ship and have all animals flee to space, or kill all humanity and have animals take over the planet? These are the only two options in the entire universe. You must choose.
Oh. Again,
and because we have to pad out the entire chapter, Lucy keeps hesitating, so we get panels of her, like, Saiyan aura burning as she's contemplating this. And because I guess he is impatient, Chicken George just keeps screaming, "Answer me, Lucy!"
Which one? Come on! Look, you said you were hungry, but you must have an idea where you want to eat.
They are a true married couple,
I'm going to throw my weird axe weapon at Mickey. I don't know what this is.
As you do. Yeah, the Frankenstein enjoyer in me wants to point out that there's something to be said about the fact that even after all of the awful things that Dr. Chicken George has seen, he at least posits the option of a peaceful solution, even if he doesn't really want it. But again, this is just insane. Even I cannot see deeply enough into the madness to, like, praise this as some kind of deep philosophical, discussion of the human condition.
How would you even destroy all humanity anyway? Well, you see, before I started doing all that weird shit with the poop-eating mutations, I developed the genocide virus.
Oh, like a simulation of it? No, here is a vat of fully grown genocide virus creatures. I could have released these at any time.
They infect the human body and then turn the very DNA of the human form into more of themselves. It is truly the perfect killer. Good thing this vat is airtight and nothing could ever escape.
Something immediately escapes.
And right at the time that Chicken Lucy is like, kill them all. Very well, we will kill the entire world. But I must run more simulations so that I know what will happen after we kill all humans. So I will not release the genocide virus into the oceans just yet. Guys,
Really?
guys, one of the like creatures from the genocide virus tank fell out.
Mm-hmm. Guys?
Nah, you're full of shit. Meanwhile, Chicken Lucy brings up the very reasonable point of, hey, didn't the computer just try to kill us twice?
Hold on, honey. I know I asked you to decide, but I'm immediately second-guessing your choice.
Women, am I right?
Women, am I right? I have sex with this chicken.
But you see,
Stop.
I will not ask for the fate of humanity because that is what caused the computer to try to kill us earlier. Instead, I will ask which animal in the animal kingdom will rise to become the new master race of Earth. I could have phrased that better.
Nah, that's about the energy that Dr. Chicken George
Will it
has.
be lions, dolphins, birds, maybe even chickens? Chickens could be the master race? I don't like the way you said that, Lucy.
I'm regretting my phrasing now.
Chickens could be the Ubermensch?
I also love the whole when one species disappears, another rises up because, humans are such a well-precedented species in ecosystems. Funnily enough, the nerd in me has actually seen a couple of different things recently about, I shouldn't say recently, over the last year or so, a bunch of interesting, studies and thought experiments about sapients, and no, sapient things are not normal.
The Ubergeflügel?
No, we're moving on. Meanwhile, Mickey is still kicking his cage while Dr. Chicken George is getting the answer.
You must believe me. Something fell out of the vat. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Ha.
They do check, to be fair.
They do.
And there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Wait, don't just go on your computer. Let me out. Help me. Help me. Just ignore him, Chicken Lucy. And then they both do that.
They both start
kicks the
screaming.
bars down.
They both just keep screaming for, frankly, 2 chapters of the answer. Ah! Ah! Tick, 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 tick. Ah! Ah!
This can't be right.
The answer has appeared.
Tick, tick,
I
tick, tick, tick.
also can't help but notice Dr. Chicken George is really terrible at securing people, because this is the second time that he's had somebody
Completely at his mercy.
He had Dr. Frankenstein from before tied to a bed, and the ropes just seem to spontaneously snap, and now Mickey can kick the fence down.
He also thinks nobody at Cambridge, I don't think he knows how video phones work, because he thinks no one at Cambridge knows he has a chicken face. Despite the fact his name is Dr. Chicken George.
Honestly, if you told me, oh, Chicken George is coming in, and he had chicken face, I'd be like, yep, this
That tracks. That makes sense now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I am accepting your offer of a placement at Cambridge. I have one counter request, though. I need employment for my wife, Chicken Lucy. She can do light secretarial work. I demand tenure.
But yeah, Chicken George is so shocked and chagrined at the answer of what happens to animals after humans go away that he doesn't notice Mickey kicking the bars of the cage out, and notably, his wrists were never shackled. He was just forced to hold on to the device over his head. What is the device?
I have no idea what that is or why that's supposed to secure him.
Don't know. But
is it magnets? I don't know.
He only becomes
magnets, man. How do they work?
He only becomes free after he acknowledges what Chicken George has acknowledged, which is that if humans die, all the animals die too.
Oh.
Which is preposterous to me, again, because biology, but whatever.
Biology is a...
Humans are magic,
Biology
I guess.
It's an accenting color in this.
No, I guess, back up. Like, we go back to the montage where Chicken George is obviously all of these scientific discs the entire day, or however long it takes, whatever. And they never really hammer down on Animalia, the animal kingdom, at all. There is just...
He had a zoology.
And biology. I think he got it. He didn't learn about zoos, which is confusing. But...
especially with zoology. I know they animals, but I feel like in the latest, I don't even know, they have internet access. You can look at like recent like articles they would have probably like done to advertise this place, because it was pretty packed.
I don't know if the internet exists in this universe.
This is early 90s. He just said he connected to other computers, which isn't the same thing.
Giant LAN party.
Kind of, yeah.
He used magic computer stuff to create a computer that's programmed to kill him after every function.
That's just a bonus. Like,
just a bonus.
And then the simulation started chicking me. Then the simulation started choking me. Watch, Chicken Lucy. Watch.
I'm getting the fuck out of here as Mickey runs away. And what's that?
I agree, Mickey.
But the genocide virus has cliffhangeringly secured itself to the back of his neck. And so he runs through the menagerie for a bit. You know, for a guy really concerned with the ethical treatment of animals, he's keeping them all in very small cages. Yeah. But I need to get out of here and let the president know. Which...
specifically the American president.
He's so fucking funny. I know that, like, he is speaking to the president. Like, this is a flashback of him telling the story to the president. Why would you think that in the moment?
Because it's a manga of this style.
But
the characters have read ahead in the script.
He goes the wrong way. He has to backtrack. He's like, but that would mean going through Chicken George's laboratory again. I must arm myself. So he grabs a pitchfork.
From the collection of pitchforks and what appears to be just like polearm weaponry from a box on the side.
All right, you poultry son of a bitch. I'm gonna fucking go down swinging if I'm gonna go down at all. Why are you old? You see, I went to the beach that makes you old. I mean...
I don't know, it's the rocks or some shit, man. I don't know. Look at me, I'm old as shit.
He's old as shit. No, he's just...
His coxcomb has turned white, which I don't understand.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously like analogous to, you know, you're being shocked and your hair turning white, but Well, I will humor them. Yes.
For you see,
So, like, does your metabolism speed up, or?
do you have to pee more? So, for you see, after learning that if humanity is destroyed, all animals will die too, I decided to look into the deeper nature of humanity, and I began my research. I was gone for 5 minutes. You figured out the true, you opened the Akashic records and learned the true nature of humanity? Yes, and I no longer harbor my genocidal ideals. Humanity must learn to have mercy in their hearts. I still killed all of the clones of you with fire, though. I will now...
As
I
you
will-
did.
I also might kill any children who find me ugly. That was just me being me.
I will now tell you the secret. I don't want the secret, man. I have learned more than I can possibly cope with for a life.
Don't put that burden on me.
It would take a lifetime of therapy to cope with 5 minutes of what happened here. Do not give me knowledge beyond my comprehension. Too bad.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna dump this genocide virus killing solution into the vat of genocide viruses. Also, I have got an extra bottle of genocide virus killing solution. Do you want it?
This is where I like
just
think, does he know?
hypothetically.
Does he know?
Does he know? Yeah.
I'm like, are you?
Come on now, boy. You need to get a better sense of humor. I was making a joke. What?
You're fucked up, man. I'm gonna stab you with this pitchfork and run.
We know that. That is fact.
Also, we get teased for 2 chapters of Chicken George being like, the ultimate secret of humanity is... The computer turns back on. Chicken George. It is I, Grok. I have something to tell you. What is it? Green babies. What?
Okay, so
they
up
are
to this
able to talk
point-
about the news.
So up to this point, I was expecting the big reveal to be that, like, Chicken George had unleashed the green babies as a way of, like, making humanity better or something, or, like, immunizing it against the genocide, like, disease or whatever.
Yeah, like,
No! He's as blindsided by this as literally everyone
if humans
else.
can photosynthesize,
Jacob.
humans wouldn't need to, consume animals and...
Jacob, you clearly weren't reading carefully enough because you would know he was a champion of the animals. The plants are a third faction in this that was unaccounted
Gotcha.
for until recently.
Gotcha, okay.
Fucking druids!
What the fuck?
I just love how the computer just pops up and is like, apparently the plant chloroplasts are being drawn into the human's like hair.
And skin.
The computer itself seems unclear about this information as if it's just reading it online. But later we get the claim that Chicken George is the source of all of this information.
Which also means that no matter how this ends, Mickey escaped the laboratory, got off the island, was found by American forces, and brought to the president in under 24 hours when he is at an unmapped, uncharted point of the Pacific Ocean.
Yep.
There is no Coast Guard here.
We see every moment the president after the green babies are discovered.
Yep.
And he's got to get back from Hawaii.
Yep.
And just in case you
He fast traveled, obviously.
And just in case you were wondering, the Grok pulls up an image of one of the green babies born in Japan, and the mother is the middle school girl from chapter 1.
Yep.
And it appears to be in the gym class supply closet.
Yeah.
With her friend.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
God, what was the manga about the girl who could time travel by flashing her titties?
No, it's taking her panties off.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
reminded of that.
That was great.
No, Sam, I can see why you got confused. When she flashed her titties, that caused people to become immune to time travel. Unless it was plot inconvenient, then they could suddenly be affected by time
Right.
travel.
Because apparently seeing the titties meant you had to see the whole nipple, and so
Listen, trying to parse that acid trip is hard enough. We're dealing with this drug-induced hallucination right
Gronk
now.
is unable to process screen babies and explodes, which gives Mickey his chance to run away. And he starts going hog wild on the computer servers with his pitchfork. And that's the end of our reading.
As you do.
Yeah.
Yep, we made that was volume 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So favorite
Yeah. Yeah.
Favorite yeah.
Chicken George.
I guess we can divvy it up we can start with favorite character. My favorite, if I have to go first, is Chicken Lucy, because that was just crazy. I can't say that I necessarily, I don't know. I guess I was sympathetic to her point of view if I in this rationale of a chicken, but yeah, she was my favorite because she was a seemingly unconventional character. Dare I say that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. I don't know what else we would say.
She broke away from the typical archetype of a wife being a squawking hen.
Okay. I wasn't going to go for the jugular. I was just going to say it was interesting how they took a animal, like an original animal, and were able to bioengineer space, but I guess he just played the hammer on about that, so.
Yeah, shit, man, I don't know. The president?
He's a good character.
The president tried his something. And
the president is not an asshole.
Which is
I think.
Yeah, which is about the best we can do here.
Trying his best, I think, is a fair
The fact
assessment.
that he advocated for scientific research and the development of a vaccine is refreshing.
And the deployment of propaganda.
Which is expected.
I honestly was scared at that one part where it's just like, okay, does the doctor have his own vendetta? Like, immediately, because I was like, is the doctor the same as, like, the researcher? Descending into madness, and that's the secret, is, like, humanity, the last messages of humanity.
The fact that the fact that that doctor was waiting in the wings, like he was fully rendered in out of bounds for the current zone, ready to just bust through the wall as soon as the plot called for it, with the latest thing from science.
This is the worst Bloodborne DLC I've ever seen.
It really is. Jake, how about you? Your favorite guy?
That was a sweet cactus. Okay, seriously though, I will say, as insane and disjointed as it was a pretty I do think it was an admirable attempt of like, I liked the perspective of Chicken George and Chicken Lucy, where, like, you have Chicken Lucy who has the, frankly, given her circumstances, sort of reasonable reaction of, humans have done nothing but make everything worse. Kill them all. And it's like, that's not a good perspective to take. That's not a, like, not to say that, like, that's not admirable, but it's very understandable. I can get why she's like that. And then you have Chicken George, who like he says in that some of his like ways of changing humanity is like meant to torture them because he's angry, he's been transgressed upon, but he keeps trying to find at least non-violent solutions, if not necessarily like peaceful solutions. So like I like what it's going for. Jay already said Chicken Lucy, so I guess I'll go with Chicken George. It's like I almost wish to some degree that some of these characters actually, you know what, I'm gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna say I actually really like Mickey.
That's fair.
Because he is like, he has these crash out moments where he acts just completely irrational, but given the absolute fucking insanity he's dealing with, it's sort of the same reason why I like Chicken George, where it's like, this is not a good character trait, but I can't say I wouldn't do that in his position in a moment of like panic,
Yeah.
And there's something that I empathize with the situation that the character's in. It makes me wish that this is a bit more coherent of a story. But I mean, hey, it was entertaining as it was, so it's not like I'm demanding my time back, so yeah.
And Matt.
Yeah, I gotta go with the president. The president was great. Every single page. He named his son America Young. Didn't let his wife get in a word edgewise. Hopped into the baby killing vat to block the baby killing acid from killing the babies.
So wait a minute. The real question then, who would you vote for? Young or Yamaoka?
Young.
Oh wow.
Yamaoka fucked some chick on the like Mayan burial ground and then lucked into not planning her murder, but holy shit, did he make it seem like he did it the entire time.
And he did it on purpose too. Like, he's just like, I bet you think I organized it, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess he was just pretending to have killed that guy's mom to get him interested in him to like cover his campaign for some reason. Why would he do that actually?
Be a sociopath. I don't know.
Okay, I guess Young for president.
You know what? I think Yamaoka would make a good VP for Young. He's got the ruthlessness to counteract Young's. I don't know.
A man from Japan. They love me over there.
They actually, yeah, they do already seem like they're running mates, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
all right. Do we have any plot predictions? So I feel
not.
I feel like, at least with this reading, I think it's succinctly kind of encompasses the prophetizing of the end of the world or city. Okay, with the girls, they go to the fortune teller for the end of the did they say end of the world? And then we have, the green baby fiasco, which is, tied to or first we have Chicken George, who is like, oh no, what is this new evolution or new biologic travesty?
Crime against nature.
Crime against nature, sure. That just happens. Oh, well, he represents, animals fighting back, kaiju, what? And then we have the green babies, supposed to be the representation of the plants fighting back or trying to reclaim the earth. So you have the plants and the animals trying to get out. And then we have confirmation that, yes, the girls from the first few chapters are indeed, I believe, the first ones that have these green baby, or at least are connected to this prophecy. And I only have to say that I guess the end of humanity is upon us. And it's a duel between the plants and the animals. Godzilla might appear. I don't know.
I want that. I love Godzilla.
I mean, there's already like trash islands in the oceans. It's a matter of time.
Oh, wait, no, wait, never mind. I hate Godzilla vs. Hedorah. That is like one of the worst Godzilla movies ever. Never mind.
Not that one. The other ones.
Oh. I genuinely, my plot prediction was going to be Chicken George made the green babies as like some like connected to the nature of humanity and their true purpose. But no, I have no idea what the hell's going on, and I don't think I ever will.
Neither.
I bet you there's going to be some kind of like plant monster or some other more.
I love
voracious,
Godzilla
like,
versus Biollante. That's one of my favorites. Okay, I'm back on board with Godzilla.
That is my prediction because okay, we have a relatively benign so far. So far, we have a relatively benign mutation. So we have these chlorophyll cells, chloroplasts that have, somehow gotten into human DNA. I don't know. And we can only assume that it's just going to kind of escalate. We have hypersensitive babies. They react positively to natural plant life, shun biologically engineered plant life. I only see the combination of the plants versus animals who will reclaim the planet.
Plants versus zombies.
Same thing.
Oh, gonna need to plant more sunflowers, get that eco
More
going.
sunflowers! Gosh. Any other plot predictions?
Aliens.
Aliens does seem very likely, actually.
That's all I got. Aliens.
So do you think, since it was mentioned, do you think that Dr. Chicken George will be successful in assembling some kind of space travel for the animals? He will gather the animals in his lab, if they are at all any survivors, and I guess zoom off into space and find that that there are aliens, ? We do not have this confirmed. And 2, will they be hospitable towards these animal refugees?
They're gonna find the Exaliens, and they're gonna bring King Ghidorah.
Yeah,
Can we wrap this up? I want to watch a Godzilla movie right now.
Would you continue reading? Not for a while.
You need to sit that one out.
I need a
Let
fucking
your brain cool
I need a
off.
fucking break, dude.
Ah.
How about you, Jay?
I think this was a very fun reading, and I would to read. I think I would need a break from this just because it was so out there, so sci-fi, I guess. At points, like, I find myself, I guess, laughing a little bit of how preposterous it was. I do like the fact that it was very, at some points, definitely, again, the large language models, like ChatGPT, the internet, cell phones, like, there were definitely, like, call forwards in technological advancement. I really did. But yeah, I think I'm good taking a break from this.
Me too. How about you, Matt?
This was great. I have not laughed harder reading something than a lot of the comedies we read. I don't know. I still waver on whether or not this is brilliant satire or just like an insane thing that someone wrote. I don't know. But it was great, and I really enjoyed what we read.
Hell yeah. And Jacob.
I think I'm gonna side with Jay in the sense of I definitely want to read more, but I definitely need a break from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually the cliffhanger got me, and I read a teensy bit ahead just to get to a more satisfying cliffhanger. It doesn't explain anything, by the way. You're not missing anything for not reading the extra 2 chapters I did. And actually, kind of to Matt's point, it's one of those ones where I don't know if this is trying to be stupid on purpose or not. There are moments where it seems to actually genuinely be trying, and there's some real skill and craft there. I love Frankenstein, so the pretty direct allusions to Dr. Chicken George being Frankenstein's monster I thought was good and interesting. On the other hand, it's so out there that, like, you know, making like substance references and all, but like it really does kind of feel like that's the only place this is going to come from. I hate it when something that could be good shields itself behind the defense of I'm just a parody, you can't criticize me. I don't think that's what's going on here. I think the insanity is like authentic, but I'm going to have to experience more of it at some point in the future to know for sure. So short answer, yes, but more complete answer, not for a while. I might make it a Halloween tradition.
All right, and thank you everybody once again for tuning into the Over Manga Cast. As always, you can find us on all your social medias where we are at Over Manga Cast.
You can also find us on YouTube where you can like, comment, and subscribe. We also have overmangacast.com. That also has a comment section where you can tell us your opinions on the manga, tell us about the nightmares it gave you, and maybe suggest some other manga, hopefully some that are at least some level of sane and comprehensible, please.
Yep. And we appreciate reviews of any and all forms. You can go out, check us out on YouTube if you're there. We've got a nice comment section down there. Email us overmangacast@gmail.com. Love hearing from you. We find out fun things like the pipeline that was supposed to just auto-upload YouTube videos apparently stalled out for an entire month. Found that out. That's fixed now.
Darn.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of, I don't know. Honestly, we need a break. Hey, Sam, what are we doing next month?
Well, it's November again. And that means no read November.
But you said we were getting a break!
We don't have to read. That's better, right?
We're going to start off with something simple. Ace Attorney.
We're going to play Ace Attorney?
Watch the movie.
Oh.
No!
So if you're keeping up with the show, be sure to watch that. And we'll see you all in 2 Thursdays. Good night, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Good night. Enjoy the spooky month. The best month of the season.
Good night, and watch out for chicken-shaped crimes against nature, I guess.
Never. Take a bite out of crime.
Good night.